So if you see my Instagram post the other day, you would have seen that I put on a beautiful Mark 5 Golf, and today, here it is. Go ahead, talk about your car. You know, you said you bought the car. How long ago? When did you? And what was done to the car when you bought it?
So I had it a couple of years so far. When I first got it, it was a one owner, 50,000 miles, sold a scene for 5 grand. So I was thinking, you know what, that's good. And I took it home, put it in fifth, and as fast as going, and I realised the gearbox was fucked. So I had a better gearbox bit with increased tolerances because my next door neighbour is my mechanic, and I had a new clutch bit in as well. So that was the first thing, just getting the car back to where it was. But since it was broken, I thought, why not do it up? And then yeah, that was the first stage. And then I started getting into mods properly from seeing like GTIs and shit. So the next thing was the alloys, which as you see are black gloss Monza 17 BBs.
Yeah, they look really nice then. What tyres have you got put onto them?
So I've got Eagle F1s all round.
Yeah, they're a decent set of rubbers, to be fair.
They're decent, but like they're all round, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to get anything crazy. But
yeah, they're just a normal premium tyre.
Yeah, exactly. And then after the alloys, it was the interior, because even though these things aren't ancient, like if you see a Mark 4, the interior is horrendous. But on a Mark 5, it's kind of newish, so I thought, you know what, needs a touchscreen to put Pioneer in, GTI levers, the Recaro ones, and then door guards and all that, and steering wheel. And then I started wanting some more performance, so I got the R32 valence on the back, and had that sprayed, and went to EMP Performance at Albans.
Yeah, how much did the custom exhaust cost you?
So that was 600 quid.
Yeah.
Paid it in cash for the full system. It's a 4-inch system with 2 big like tailpipes. You can't get any bigger on this car.
Yeah, it does look pretty awesome though, doesn't it? It really does. It really does make the back of the car.
Yeah, exactly. And then after that, I had them remap it as well, because I thought they're a good place. They're known as like big company in the UK.
Yeah,
so I had them map it. I had a K&N intake put on as well. And then that's pretty much it. Oh, and then the fucking the ECU and the throttle body had water damage. So I had to go to fucking Steam dealer Volkswagen, and they quoted me like 6 grand to fix it, because the ECU part was like 1.5 grand, the throttle body was like 600.
Yeah.
Labour there, total bastards. So instead of doing that, I had them code the ECU, had it remapped again, but I had a sort of a new throttle body with more of a lenient valve on it, so more air will go in, and it's pretty much where we're at now.
Yeah, and you said that you're seeing figures of around 160 brake right now.
160, 170.
Yeah, and are you going to aim for more, or is that just like, do you think that's going to be the end figure before
you? Do you know what? If more things break, I'll get them fixed, but the amount of money I spent on this, right, I could have easily got a very nice R32. So do you know what? Probably not for now, but as well, it's naturally aspirated, so you're not going to get many gains out of it. You can't stage 2 it.
Yeah,
so I'll just leave it as it is.
That's a true thing, to be fair, and I learned that the hard way with my old car. When you have a naturally aspirated car, you seem to put a lot more money into it than how are you getting out.
Yeah,
but I see with this, you've tastefully modified it a lot more than... Nice little pull. Ooh. That exhaust does sound fucking really good, doesn't it? Yeah, it really does. But, you know, this car's more tastefully modified, I'd say, and I'd say that's what really, you know, makes it look as good as it does.
Yeah.
You know, you're not just going down the plain performance route. Sure, you've got the exhaust and stuff, but again, that adds to the styling with the R32 style exhaust. You know, the nice valance, and then you've got the GTI front bumper. So you've really mixed it up, really. You know, you've not gone for a whole R32 theme or GTI. You've gone for a bit of everything from all of them. You've also got the GTI leather seats that I'm sat in now, which are, you know, really comfy. Yeah, with the GTI steering wheel, that's pretty good.
These seats as well, they're proper nice. Like on the GTI, you normally get them Tartan ones.
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
alright. But when it was new, you could have paid 2 grand and got these ones. These ones are standard R32, optional extra GTI, and I thought, you know what, fuck it. So I splashed quite a bit on the seats.
Yeah, because these are quite rare. Because like you say, yeah, most GTIs have like the checkered cloth, don't they?
Yeah, it's nice, but personally, leather over Tartan any day.
Yeah. So what's this like to daily then? You know, you said that you're in 6th form at the moment. Yeah. What's it like? You know,
it's all right. You get a lot of noise complaints even going to fucking school, but
I can see why.
So it's spacious, it's practical, you go on motors with friends and shit, it's nice.
Yeah, it is. That's it, you know, you've made, you know, a car that is quite practical and stuff, a lot more sporty. They are though, aren't they? Golfs, they're quite a practical car, you know, and you've added all the extra options onto it while still, you know, having quite a good car. And with them being German, the engines, you know, they hold up for almost forever, don't they? As long as you look after it, they look after you, really.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
The other thing is, like, with a first car, there's no car on my yet that'll be quicker, but I didn't want to go down the standard like Fiesta or Corsa route, really.
No, I've got to admit, it's not boring, but it's generic and everyone's doing it. You know, all you see these days is Fiesta ST lines or Corsas, and they've all got the same modifications.
100%.
Nice little pull again. So, would you ever think about wrapping it, or maybe spraying it, or would you stay with the colour? Because the colour is quite nice, I've got to say.
Yeah, shadow blue, you don't see it on the Mark 5 too much. So I'm going to keep shadow blue for now.
Yeah.
If it was like a GTI, I'd wrap it, but again, it's just not worth it. Like, what, 2-3 grand for a wrap? And I've already spent way more than I ever wanted to. So
yeah. So if you were going to get another car, what are you going to get? What's looking to be the next project?
The thing is, it depends on insurance. I've been raped by the insurance company on this, over 4 grand insurance premiums a year. So, I mean, if I'm not going to continue on not caring about insurance, probably like a 335i, 350 Mercs, E-Class, or an actual GTI as well, or even just an R32, just something like with a bit more oomph, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've got to admit, the 335i's are absolutely lethal all years. Like, they really are crazy. The engine that they have in them are absolutely crazy. You know, people are calling them the modern day Toyota Supra because of the power that they're kicking out. With stock internals, they're pulling out crazy horsepower, so they can just handle it. So that'll really be a crazy fucking next car, and certainly a step up in power.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ. And you said that your dad's got a 7 Series?
Yeah, he's got the 760 Li, the V12 one, which is the top of the range one. Fucking lovely car, man.
Yeah, no, they really are. Anyway, it was good to have you on the channel and that, and let's just get a few more pulls for the rest of the video.
Yeah, sounds good, man.